welcome to the Part 8 of Villain, the School Beauties plot. If you encounter any issues or have feedback, please let me know in the comments. Enjoy the content.
Chapter 181, Part 1. This is impossible. The shock on Ao Lai's face could not be concealed. A pair of huge dragon eyes stared at Chen Beiyuan below, full of surprise and uncertainty. He is the son of the Dragon Emperor of Wanlong Island, the pure-blooded dragon race who is born noble and powerful. Although it is only a rank 6 beast, its physical body is more terrifying than the ordinary 7th-grade beast. Coupled with dragon race's natural bloodline pressure, any creature's strength will be weakened by most of its dragon power. Ordinary 7th-grade ferocious beasts can't survive 10 moves in his hands, and they will be directly led by him. With such terrifying strength, even among the ferocious beasts and aliens in the secret realm of the void, they are still among the top beings. But now, Chen Beiyuan actually used only one finger to touch its dragon claw. Such a terrifying gap was almost visible to the naked eye. Too weak. A trace of disappointment appeared on Chen Beiyuan's calm face. I thought Ao Lai, who was 3rd on the void ranking, could give him some surprises. But now it seems that there is more disappointment. This level of power is incomparable to a little silly dragon that only knows how to eat, drink, poop, and sleep. This is a silly big guy who is just showing off. Boom! Chen Beiyuan curled his fingers and tore apart the atmosphere, forming a terrifying shock wave that hit Ao Lai's shocked huge dragon face, tearing the dragon scales apart, and instantly splattered hot dragon blood. Roar! Ao Lai subconsciously let out a painful howl, and immediately felt that the dragon's claws were empty, as if the figure below had disappeared. The thick flame dragon tail seemed to be suddenly grabbed by a big hand, and a creepy feeling suddenly came to his heart, making the pain on his face lessen. The next moment, a terrifying force came from the tail, and the world spun around, and a pair of painful dragon eyes suddenly flashed with a hint of shock. Not good. At this moment, in the eyes of the prodigy of all races, Chen Beiyuan's figure suddenly disappeared from Ao Lai's claws and appeared behind him. He grabbed the strong and powerful dragon tail burning with terrifying flames and flicked it hard. It flew out with a fierce swing. The visual shock caused by this scene is like an ant throwing a giant dragon over its shoulder. However, at this moment, the direction where Ao Lai was sent flying was exactly where the various alien ferocious beasts, prodigy, gathered. Even the prodigy from various human race countries are included in it. Public prodigy? Trench. A huge red flame dragon that was 33 feet long, nearly 100 meters long, weighed no less than 10,000 tons, and was as majestic as a mountain peak, was like a cannonball, hitting it head-on with terrifying impact and speed. Even the prodigy of all races present were shocked by it. The huge dragon beasts that followed Ao Lai were almost going crazy at the moment, running around, wishing their parents had given them 180 fewer legs. Boom! Huge dragon beasts, ferocious beasts, alien prodigy, and prodigy of the human race who had no time to escape or were a step too late were instantly run over by the red flame dragon as majestic as a mountain. Their bodies exploded, and they were crushed into minced meat. Countless majestic and simple giant trees were swept away in an instant, setting off layers of soil waves, causing a terrifying impact, and swept away. The violent vibrations frightened all the creatures in the entire 10,000 beast forest. A ferocious BLO*dy road made of the flesh and bones of hundreds of prodigy of all races mixed with sand, soil and tree ash suddenly came into view, causing everyone present to fall into silence. The void tokens mixed in the path of flesh and BLO*D floated out under the control of the prison-suppressing demonic energy, and gradually merged into the void tokens in Chen Beiyuan's arms. The BLO*dy heads were shrouded in demonic energy, thrown to the edge of the death line, and piled up directly into a new Beijing temple. Those prodigy heads of alien ferocious beasts never imagined that they would die so quickly, so bizarrely, and so painfully. At this moment, pairs of dull eyes were staring at the tall figure that exuded terrifying demonic aura and was evil and majestic, as if they were looking at an unimaginable monster. Dead. All dead. Madman. This madman. The eyes of some prodigy from all races who escaped in time and escaped were glazed over. Looking at the domineering figure in front of them in the newly piled Beijing temple, they almost collapsed on the spot. This is no longer a duel. This is clearly a unilateral massacre. In an instant, hundreds of prodigy from all races died in the hands of one person. If they hadn't witnessed this with their own eyes, no one would believe it. This thing is not a big cabbage. If you say it exists, it will be there. If you say it will be K*led, it will be K*led. Night Elf Princess Tina, Crazy Lion Caesar, Yumi Ito, Riko Fukada, Ice Bear Gal, BLO*dy Minotaur Bloodbone, BLO*dy Enchantress. The top prodigy at the top of the void ranking looked at Chen Beiyuan's figure at this moment, full of surprise and fear. The strength shown by Chen Beiyuan at this moment is no longer the first rank of prodigy among all races in Secret Realm, but it is above the first sequence. Gulu. Yichen swallowed, his face full of shock and disbelief. He opened his mouth and wanted to say something, but no words came out. Looking at Chen Beiyuan, his eyes were filled with uncontrollable fear. The expressions of Wei Wuxiang and others were not much better at this moment. Although they had known for a long time that Chen Beiyuan's strength was terrifying, they did not expect that it would reach this level. Even Jiang Yunfan, the imperial prince, fell silent. At this moment, the eyes of everyone present were fixed on the terrifying figure that looked like an ancient demon. Bang! There are still 8 seats left. Just listen. The demonic flames are surging into the sky, and the terrifying figure exuding terrifying evil aura muttered to himself. Boom, boom, boom. Because, at this moment, the terrifying figure who looked like an ancient demon grabbed hold of the red flame giant dragon's thick tail, swung it up again, and smashed towards them. That evil and majestic face suddenly raised its head and smiled evilly at them, accompanied by huge roars, flesh and BLO*D splattered, and shrill screams. Second seat. However, at this moment, the prodigy could not care too much. The spiritual fruits of heaven and earth condensed by these 2 towering sacred trees that attracted much attention have finally matured. Yingshou fruit tree, marrow-cleansing sacred tree. The vision of these 2 towering sacred trees suddenly dissipated. Boom! A cold and playful voice echoed throughout the audience. Everyone, come and play. A chill from the soul began to spread crazily. A special fruity aroma that was so rich that it instantly filled the whole place. Before the smashed red flame dragon Aoli could recover, he started to spin again and became dizzy. It was like a thick and tough giant weapon, smashing in all directions, sweeping across all directions, and the whole body was smashed. Start K***ling. At this moment, a violent spirit chi fluctuation suddenly appeared, and the spirit chi vortex in the sky began to stop. Chapter 182, Part 1. Boom. The ground was shaking again. The alien ferocious beasts prodigy who had no time to dodge were instantly smashed into minced meat by the red flame dragon. The void token on his body and his own head were directly swallowed up by the prison-suppressing demonic energy. At this moment, Chen Beiyuan, who had undergone the blood dragon transformation, was holding a huge K***ling weapon called the red flame dragon. He could almost say that he was K***ling everyone. It was like holding a machete that was hundreds of meters long. He was sweeping all the way, K***ling everyone. The prodigy clan was defeated and did not dare to confront it head-on. In this regard, Chen Beiyuan's strength is terrifying and almost invincible. On the other hand, those ferocious alien races have their own agendas and fight on their own, and are unwilling to join forces to fight Chen Beiyuan. Damn it, I don't believe that his fighting spirit and strength are endless. The more powerful the power, the greater the corresponding consumption. Hold on. He must have used some kind of powerful divine ability to be able to possess such terrifying physical power. This divine ability is so powerful that it must consume a lot of energy. He will definitely not be able to hold on for long. No matter how strong he is still only the beginning of the 6th grade War King. He will definitely not be able to hold on for long. Let him be more rampant. It's just a temporary gain. Let's avoid his sharp edge for now, and then we can deal with him properly. No one is stupid. Those who can stand out from their respective ethnic groups have abilities far beyond ordinary people. Instead of fighting Chen Beiyuan, it is better to stay away from the edge and wait for the opportunity. Ever since, the prodigy of all races began to show their divine abilities, running around to avoid flying to the sky and escaping to the earth. Avatars become shadows, chi condensation transforms into wings. He just wanted to hide, but he didn't dare to fight Chen Beiyuan head-on. As long as you don't die. The rest of the unlucky ones who are down on their luck? It's none of their business, I have to say. Their idea is right. Normally, maintaining the divine ability of such a terrifying beast does require a lot of consumption. But what they never dreamed of was that the monster Chen Beiyuan possessed the mysterious Taoist Sutra, Zhuang Dao Jing, and could be in a state of unity between nature and man all the time, which put his own recovery speed in a terrifying state. The speed of consumption is far less than the speed of recovery. In this case, their plan is naturally impossible to succeed. A dish of loose sand. Naturally, Chen Beiyuan had a clear view of the little thoughts of prodigy of all races, and a strange smile appeared at the corner of his mouth. After another burst of dragon smashes, he suddenly curled his fingers and formed a terrifying shock wave. Boom! In midair, Riko Fukada, who was dressed coolly and wearing a red ninja suit, had a broad mind and looked like Mai Shiranui, had just used the substitute technique to escape the terrifying attack from behind, and immediately she felt a chill in her chest. Puff! The clothes on his back exploded, A big hole was penetrated through the smooth skin of his back by the terrifying impact, and two proud objects exploded instantly. The top prodigy of Sakura Kingdom, who was born in the Fukada family and ranked 21st on the Void ranking, lowered his head blankly, looking at the huge blood hole on his chest. His charming face seemed a little unbelievable. Idiot. Swish. A sharp streak of prison-suppressing demonic energy flashed through, instantly decapitating him. Blood splattered, and the Void token on his body was taken away. High in the sky, the prince of the Skyhawk clan, soaring wantonly, suddenly let out a shrill scream, and countless feathers and flesh were scattered, as if a terrifying cannonball had penetrated his chest. A purple magic light flashed. A huge eagle head fell from the sky instantly. Prodigy, the 22nd powerful alien on the Void ranking, died instantly. Bang. The head of the BLO*DY enchantress with a coquettish appearance, covered with a thin blood gauze, snow-white skin, and excellent appearance suddenly exploded, like a big broken watermelon. The puppets around her who were controlled by her mind instantly fell to the ground and began to decay rapidly. This powerful beast that ranked 12th on the Void ranking was K*led on the spot. Accompanied by Chen Beiyuan's continuous finger-curling pops of terrifying impact, the mortality rate of Prodigy of all races has increased almost linearly. Many people were penetrated into the chest, neck, and head before they could react, and died immediately. This undoubtedly raised Chen Beiyuan's K*Ling speed to a new level. K*L, 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 K*L. Chen Beiyuan was obviously starting to get jealous and showed no mercy at all. He doesn't care whether you are a ferocious beast, a foreign race, a human, or what your background is. Since you have chosen to be his enemy, you must die. Now, the hunted prodigy not only need to be prepared for the dragon smash that is hundreds of meters away, but also need to be prepared for the silent and terrifying impact. Boom. BLO*DY bones. The BLO*DY Tauren in the top 9 on the Void list was directly hit by the terrifying impact and most of his head was blown off. But what is surprising is that even with only half of its head left, this huge alien Tauren with bright red skin did not die and was able to continue running and escaping. Interesting. Those who can be ranked in the top 10 of the Void list all have a few brushes. A trace of interest appeared on Chen Beiyuan's face, and he was about to add a finger when he suddenly frowned and felt a chill coming over him. Swish. A slender and sharp arrow in the dark night actually escaped his perception and shot directly towards his head. Puff. Chen Beiyuan's body stiffened and he couldn't move. Bingo. In the distance, a female elf covered in animal skin, with dark skin, a tall figure, a small waist exposed, exuding a wild aura, and pointed ears was holding a dark bone bow and carrying a quiver on her back. 5th on the Void list, Night Elf Queen Tina. The elf sovereign clan, who had never had much of a presence, lurked for a while and decisively seized the opportunity to shoot a K*Ling arrow. Seeing that his arrow in the dark night hit Chen Beiyuan's head, a hint of joy and excitement suddenly appeared on Tina's face. Success. She knows her archery *Ullus very well, no matter how strong Chen Beiyuan is. The joy and excitement on Tina's face suddenly froze, and she immediately saw a horrifying scene. Puff. Chen Beiyuan, who was still, suddenly stretched out his hand and pulled out the long dark arrow from his forehead with a calm expression. A tiny blood hole between the eyebrows healed instantly. Click. The long arrow in the dark night was suddenly crushed. Chen Beiyuan showed her a kind smile. Not good. Tina's pupils shrank, and she suddenly felt a terrifying chill coming over her. Although the two sides were far apart at the moment, she had no sense of security at all. Without any hesitation, she turned around and wanted to hide first. Swish. Just as she turned around, a tall and majestic figure suddenly appeared in front of her, blocking the way. He looked at her condescendingly, with a kind, friendly smile on his face, and a bit of approval. The archery *Ullus are good, but the strength is a little weak. Chapter 183, Part 1. Your archery is good, but the power is a little weak. Chen Beiyuan looked down at the slightly petite night elf Tina in front of him, with a sincere appreciation on his face, without any false intention. Most elves are good at bows and arrows, and are natural archery great masters. They also have extremely strong natural affinity and elemental talents. Their lifespan is far longer than that of humans. They are also the top existence among the alien races, and can even compete for the top 3 positions. The Night Elves are the Dark Knight species of the elves, and they are always known for their secretive methods. They are the most terrifying existence in the elves. This shows how high the gold content of Tina, the princess of the Night Elves, is. Just now, Tina's arrow could avoid his perception and hit his forehead directly, which is enough to show how terrifying it is. If the power was a few points stronger, or if he changed to a stronger bow and arrow weapon, I'm afraid it could directly penetrate his head. If the arrow just now was used by a dragon race with a weaker constitution, I'm afraid it would be K** led on the spot. The 5th place on the void list is definitely worthy of its reputation. From the beginning to now, this is the only alien prodigy who has directly injured him. Therefore, even if it is an enemy, Chen Beiyuan will not be stingy with praise. However, at this moment, he obviously did not realize how terrifying his actions were. Just now, he was far away in the sky, hit by an arrow, and the next moment he appeared in front of him unscathed, with an expression of admiration. Who would not be confused and frightened? Monster! The pupils of the night elf Princess Tina shrank and turned into needles. She looked at the tall figure in front of her in disbelief. Her hair stood up, goosebumps on her dark skin rose up, and her whole body was cold, as if she fell into an ice cave. Even though she had been praised as a monster by countless people before, she encountered a real monster at this moment. Is this AF*** King human? The skin on this monster is probably thicker than that of the dragon race. Swish! Almost without any pause, the instinct from the depths of her blood made her subconsciously raise her bow and arrow, wanting to fight to the death. However, as soon as she made a move, she felt a sharp pain in her shoulder, and her left arm holding the dark bone bow was forcibly torn off by a scarlet dragon hand, and blood gushed out like a spring. Ah! The horrible pain instantly made her scream subconsciously. The bone arrow just put on also fell to the ground. Bang! A crisp slap sounded. The gorgeous face and head with a foreign style instantly turned 360 degrees. The whole neck was twisted like a twist, and the face still maintained a terrified expression. The tall and hot body began to twitch unconsciously. A high attack, fragile shooter was suddenly approached by a high attack, high defense, high speed monster with a boss template. What would happen naturally is imaginable. Chen Beiyuan does not have the bad habit of pitying the enemy. Even if the person in front of her is a charming elf goddess, she must die when she should die. Chen Beiyuan raised his eyebrows slightly, realizing something was wrong. The body in front of him had no shadow? Bang! The body of Tina in front of him suddenly turned into a ball of shadow liquid and exploded, bursting out corrosive toxins, instantly swallowing Chen Beiyuan. Not far away, a shadow suddenly appeared from the void, revealing the figure of the night elf Princess Tina. But at this moment, her face was slightly pale, and her left arm was empty. As the royal prodigy of the night elves, how could she not have a trump card to save her life? Aolai, do it. The night elf Tina looked pale and roared with a ferocious expression. Ong roar. Aolai, the giant red flame dragon that had been held in Chen Beiyuan's hand like a plaything and had no power to fight back, suddenly let out a fierce dragon roar. The huge body of the red flame dragon burst out with terrifying flames and broke free instantly, turning into a terrifying flame dragon. The huge dragon's mouth instantly erupted with scorching hot lava flames. Ling Chen Beiyuan, who was swallowed by the shadow poison in front of him. Go to hell, you despicable human. As the third in the void ranking and the son of the Dragon Emperor of Wanlong Island, Aolai is not that simple. It seemed to be used as a weapon by Chen Beiyuan from beginning to end, but it only suffered some superficial injuries and did not cause any fundamental damage. The reason why there has been no resistance is to consume and paralyze Chen Beiyuan, looking for opportunities to launch a fatal blow. At this point, you still haven't taken action? Are you still thinking of hiding? If you don't *LL this human race monster, the entire alien race monster will be in endless trouble in the future. No matter how strong Chen Beiyuan is, it is possible that he can still defeat everyone present. If there are too many ants, he can *LL an elephant. What's more, we are not ants, and Chen Beiyuan is not an elephant. The gap between us is not that big. *LL him, and everyone will share the benefits of these two sacred trees. If you keep hiding it, you can guarantee that his next target will not be you. Night Elf Tina roared almost madly. A wave of shadow energy exploded in her body, instantly condensing into a shadow left hand. A new shadow bone bow appeared in her hand, and was pointed at Chen Beiyuan with a bone arrow made of dragon bone. A terrifying Ling intent burst out instantly. In an instant, Aolai, who was third on the void list, and Tina, who was fifth on the void list, joined forces in a tacit understanding. I saw someone standing in front of me. The rest of the prodigy tribes who hid their strength finally couldn't bear it anymore. There is always a difference between someone taking the lead and someone not taking the lead. Do it. With only half of his head left, he knew that the BLO** DY Tauren, Blood Bones, who was fleeing with his head covered, followed him without hesitation. The BLO** DY battle axe in his hand instantly surged several times, and it exploded with terrifying slashes. The ninth powerful alien on the void ranking actually exploded at this moment with a pressure no less powerful than Yaga, the seventh bloodbat on the void ranking. Its real strength is definitely more than ninth. This is obviously the Tu Laolu alien race. K*LL. Wearing a black ninja uniform and a hot body, Ito Yumi instantly manifested a three-headed giant snake fighting spirit, spitting out dark poison from its mouth, and K*led Chen Beiyuan. Whether it's the previous grudges between the Ito family or something else, Chen Beiyuan must die. If he is alive, the future threat to Sakura country will be too great. As a top prodigy trained by the Ito family, she must eliminate this threat for the family. Do it. K*L him. Seeing Ao Lai, Tina, Bloodbone, Ito Yumi and other top prodigies taking action one after another, the other, Old Six, hiding in the dark could no longer hold back. Having been suppressed and beaten by Chen Beiyuan before, how could they not be angry at all? In an instant, an overwhelming offensive swept towards Chen Beiyuan. Its continuous terrorist attacks make even those big shots change their expressions when they look at it. Even those who are at the peak of the 7th grade war emperor will be instantly wiped out on the spot. No matter how strong Chen Beiyuan is, he will only fall when faced with the combined attack of everyone. However, at this time, there will still be some fish in troubled waters. Good chance. Prodigy from various countries, headed by the crazy lion Caesar and the ice bear gal, did not hesitate to take advantage of Chen Beiyuan's siege and K*L the two towering sacred trees behind him without hesitation. I want to take this opportunity to seize the fruits of the two sacred trees. In an instant, the situation on the entire battlefield changed unpredictably. Chapter 184, Part 1. Not good. Seeing Chen Beiyuan suddenly in a desperate situation, he was surrounded and K*led by an overwhelming terrorist attack. By Ruobing and Zhang Yunhua, who were guarding the left and right sides of the two towering sacred trees, also had slightly changed expressions. You must know that those who have survived until now are almost all elites among the prodigy of all races, and each one of them has strong strength and trump cards to leapfrog the competition. Nowadays, so many people are stacked together in a sea of people offensive. It is enough to easily K*L any strong man who is at the peak of the 7th grade war emperor. All this happened too fast for people to react. Obviously, the Night Elf Tina and the Red Flame Dragon Ao Lai had a premeditated plan. However, they could not help but be shocked at this moment. Because the two top human race prodigies, Lion King Caesar and Ice Bear Gal, who are 10th on the Void ranking, are now attacking them with many human race, Beast Tribe, and Alien Prodigy. By Ruobing, the 47th on the Void ranking, and Zhang Yunhua, the 51st on the Void ranking. The strength of these two people is at the end of the 2nd rank among the great geniuses in the Void's secret realm. K*L them first, and then take a divine tree fruit. These two are originally top-notch beauties, but at another time, I would still like to have a good taste. It would be a pity. Hurry up and grab the fruit of the sacred tree first. That monster Chen Beiyuan is dead. I'm afraid there won't even be any scum left. The Red Flame Dragon Ao Lai and the Night Elf Tina are not easy to mess with. I'll wait for them to free their hands. It's troublesome. The marrow cleansing fruit that extends lifespan's longevity. It enhances your qualifications, understanding, and strengthens your blood. With such a divine thing in front of you, no matter how beautiful you are, it won't work. Lion King Caesar, Ice Bear Gal and others are not fools. They know that the current opportunity is precious, so they will not waste time. At this moment, Little Silly Dragon Anu, by Ruobing, and Zhang Yunhua were guarding behind and on the left and right sides of the two towering sacred trees. Among them, the Little Silly Dragon Anu once had the record of K*Ling the Bloodbat Yaga, who was 7th on the Void ranking. In the eyes of many people, his true strength was probably on the same level as the top 5 on the Void ranking. This is definitely a tough nut to crack. In comparison, by Ruobing and Zhang Yunhua, the two women prodigy who are above 40 on the Void list, are undoubtedly too weak persimmons. Who would fight with a tough guy? Naturally, it's a soft persimmon. The Wrath of the Wild Lion. The Lion King Caesar instantly summoned his top fighting spirit, Furious Explosive Lion, let out a terrifying roar, set off the endless golden elemental blade, and attacked by Ruobing. The Ice Age. Ice Bear Gal also manifested his top fighting spirit, Extremely Violent Ice Bear, and instantly set off a terrifying ice and snow storm that could freeze the Void and attacked Zhang Yunhua. The two top prodigy in the top 10 of the Void ranking used terrifying K*Lure moves and trump cards. At the same time, countless prodigy from all races who wanted to fish in troubled waters did not hesitate to K*LL and use their trump cards. Earth Demon Demon Sting, Blood Sea Roar, Water Dragon Roar, Storm Nebula Slash. The overwhelming terror and murd Rouse intent came one after another. Even by Ruobing and Zhang Yunhua were distraught at this moment, subconsciously wanting to use defense as offense. They don't have the terrifying physical body of Chen Beiyuan, who can take on the dragon race and sweep everything. Once hit by a divine ability weapon, It may cause severe damage instantly. Anu, you go help Beiyuan first. Yunhua and I will stop them from getting close to the sacred tree. Bai Ruowei obviously also knows Anu's true identity, and knows that his true strength is probably second only to Beiyuan in the whole field, and he can definitely give Beiyuan a lot of help. Anu, just listen Yuan. It's a pity that little silly dragon Anu didn't listen to her words, and even yawned leisurely, without any worry on his face. Seeing that the little silly dragon Anu had such an attitude, Bai Ruowei was stunned for a moment, and then she seemed to think of something, and most of the nervousness in her eyes dissipated. After seeing that Chen Beiyuan had lost his temper and Bai Ruowei and Zhang Yunhua were under siege, Zhang Yunfan and others could not sit still. Damn it, Chen Beiyuan is screwed. Rescue Ruowei and Yunhua first. Zhang Yunfan, the crown prince of the Donghua Empire who ranked second in the void ranking, made a decisive decision and was ready to take action. But before they could make any move, Chen Beiyuan's unruly and arrogant voice suddenly resounded throughout the battlefield. Ruowei, Yunhua, you can go out and K***, there is no need to defend, leave the rest to me. Zhang Yunfan, Wei Wushuang, Madman Zhu, Yichan, and a few others immediately thought that Chen Beiyuan was crazy when they heard this. Doesn't this mean the two women are going to die? However, what made them even crazier next was that after hearing Chen Beiyuan's words, Bai Ruowei and Zhang Yunhua did not hesitate at all and chose to believe them. They directly ignored the oncoming terrifying K***ling move and moved towards the lion in front of them. King Caesar, Ice Bear Gal, and other prodigy attacked and K** led them. Seeing that the two stunning beauties of the Donghua Empire were about to perish in the siege of endless K***ling moves, Zhang Yunfan and others all had ugly expressions. The next scene completely shocked them. Suddenly, a red light flashed across the two women's expressions, and a red rope seemed to appear on their right wrists. All the terrifying K***ling moves that attacked and K** led the two people dissipated without a trace in an instant when they were about to come into contact with them, as if they had been transferred away. Luck, divine ability. Life and death depend on each other. Chen Beiyuan is crazy. He actually used the luck divine ability, dependence on life and death, to actively transfer all the damage suffered by Ruowei and Zhang Yunhua to himself. However, he did not have the slightest fear or trepidation. His black clothes fluttered wantonly, ignoring the overwhelming, terrifying rouse intent. He stood tall on the spot without any defense and let out a wild and crazy laugh. Under the joint efforts of many of their prodigies, Chen Beiyuan must die. He ignited the divine ability in his body without hesitation, and his body suddenly erupted with terrifying blood and rouse aura, illuminating the world. But what happened next made them suddenly widen their eyes and scream. In the eyes of Aolai, Tina, Bloodbone, and other alien ferocious beasts, Chen Beiyuan's behavior at this moment was undoubtedly like a crazy behavior before death. Just when Chen Beiyuan was about to be swallowed by the endless K***ling moves, Dragon gave birth to 9 sons. The second son is jealous. The wrath of Jijan, double return. Even with his terrifying physique at the moment all the damage was transferred, slight cracks appeared on the blood dragon scales on his body, and a trace of blood slowly flowed from the corner of his mouth, which was obviously an internal injury. Divine ability of the destiny. The vengeance will be retaliated. The situation he was in was hundreds of times worse than that of Bai Ruowei and Zhang Yunhua. The terrifying K***ling moves and trump cards unleashed by top prodigy such as Red Flame Dragon Aolai, Night Elf Tina, BLO**DY Minotaur Bloodbones, Yumi Ito, etc. are enough to destroy a small country. Roar, the kindness of Emil must be repaid, and the resentment of Yaju must be repaid. What's even more terrible is that at this moment, he is facing an overwhelming number of terrifying K***ling moves. The more, the better. The more, the better. It's just the right time to K***, so much that it turns the world upside down. K***, 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 a jackal-like creature with a sword in its mouth, scarlet hair, and dragon horns that curved close to its back glared angrily, and the soul of a ferocious beast appeared behind him. Chapter 185, Part 1. Among everyone present, Aolai and Zhang Yunhua were the first to react when they saw the soul of Yaza manifested. The former was born in Walong Island, so he naturally knew the horror of Yikan. At that time, several dragon emperors on Walong Island had to rely on sneak attacks to K***ll this terrifying beast. Not to mention the latter. The remnant soul of Yazin is still staying at the Soul Beast Tower of the Zhang family. Zhang Yunfan knows better than anyone how terrifying Yikan is. Soul Beast Tower. Even with only the remnants of his soul left, Yazin was still weak in strength, but he could still block his second uncle, the 8th Grade War Emperor, for hundreds of years. Soul Beast Tower. The 8th grade magic weapon, still not claim its owner. Quickly retreat. Jiang Yunfan's expression changed with shock, knowing that with the characteristics of Yikan, the next step would be an earth-shattering counterattack. So he turned around and ran away. It was obviously the first time for Yi Chen, Wei Wushuang, Zhu Kuaishou, and others to see such a violent reaction from Jiang Yunfan, and they subconsciously followed suit. But compared to Jiang Yunfan and others, they were further away. Not good. At this moment, Ao Lai's eyes shrank, his scales stood up, the alarm in his heart rang loudly, and he roared in terror. Because it is too close to Chen Beiyuan. Even if I want to run away, I can't. Today, let me show you what the wrath of Yazan is. Chen Beiyuan's domineering and unruly voice echoed throughout the battlefield. Roar. The spirit of Yazu, which looks like a jackal, with dragon horns on its head, scarlet hair, and a sword in its mouth, suddenly appears and roars all day long. The long sword covered with blood and rust in its mouth suddenly shines brightly, covering the sky with blood. Boom. In the eyes of countless pairs of horrified and frightened eyes, the overwhelming terrifying K*Ling move had just hit Chen Beiyuan, but in the next moment, it was forcibly returned in the form of double return. Countless top prodigies saw their strongest K*Ling move being returned double, and were instantly stunned on the spot, screaming in terror, no longer as high-spirited as before. The sharp blade that was supposed to be slashing at Chen Beiyuan actually became sharper at this moment, slashing towards their heads. What kind of weird divine ability is this? No. This is impossible. Rumble. The terrifying energy storm instantly swept through the entire 10,000 beast forest, setting off turbulent waves and shaking the earth. Jiang Yunfan and others who were retreating frantically and escaping for a certain distance were also knocked away by the terrifying energy impact behind them. The shrill screams rang out one after another, and the prodigy of all races felt the backlash from their own divine ability card. Those prodigy from all races who were not physically strong began to fall one after another on the spot. Puff, 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 puff. Countless blood mist appeared one after another, and the dead heads and void orders were swept away by the prison-suppressing demon flames one after another. Even the prodigy tribesmen who were fishing in troubled waters such as the Lion King Caesar and the Ice Bear Garl at the rear were met with a brutal counterattack from must retaliate. At this moment, I saw a burst of red light shining on by Ruowei and Jiang Yunhua, and terrifying K*Ling moves were returned with force through the two women. In an instant, the situation on the entire battlefield was reversed again. Bai Ruowei and Jiang Yunhua also fully revealed their true strength at this moment. Roar, 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 roar. Summoned by Bai Ruowei's Beast Control Seal, the souls of terrifying giant beasts launch suicidal charges and self-destruct their souls, swallowing everything. Her figure appeared and disappeared in the battlefield, like a prophet who could easily avoid the deadly counterattacks of prodigy from all races, and harvested the whole place wantonly. At this moment, she no longer had the usual gentleness and closeness. She seemed like a cold and ruthless fairy in white. Cry. The clear sound of phoenix chirping suddenly appeared. A huge phoenix suddenly appeared, sweeping all directions with terrifying flames, suppressing everything. Jiang Yunhua was bathed in flames, majestic and noble, like a flame sovereign. The phoenix flame that burned all things swept across the entire battlefield under her control. Seeing the two women K*Ling everyone in front, a certain little silly dragon was sitting under two towering sacred trees, slurping a milk bottle, drooling eagerly at the plump and huge fruits. You can't even imagine what I can't get. A ferocious alien appeared silently under the two towering sacred trees in an unknown way. It wanted to jump over the wall and destroy the two towering sacred trees in front of it. Puff. Before he could take action, the ferocious alien was punched into a small piece of cake by the drooling Anu. Anu, so hungry. Ito Yumi, who was dressed in a black ninja uniform, was suddenly swallowed by the endless purple poisonous mist. The twice-strengthened terrifying snake venom instantly corroded her snow-white skin, revealing her horrifying flesh and BLO*D. At the critical moment, a powerful energy surged out of her body, protecting her life. As a member of the Ito family, Prodigy naturally has a life-saving trump card planted in him. But before the flesh on his body was corroded and turned into a hideous figure, Ito Yumi breathed a sigh of relief, and a terrifying shadow suddenly flashed in front of his eyes. Tear it apart. Her head was forcefully screwed off. Boom! The giant axe in BLO*dy Toranzubone's hand exploded instantly, and his huge and burly body was directly cut off half-diagonally by the huge BLO*dy axe, and flesh and BLO*D flew. But even though only half of its body and half of its head were left, this terrifying alien still maintained its terrifying vitality and did not die directly. The only remaining right arm was climbing crazily on the ground, trying to escape from this hell on earth. Tread. A big foot directly crushed half of its BLO*DY bull head. Puff. The night elf Princess Tina felt a terrifying strong wind coming, and a giant dragon bone arrow penetrated her chest, flew all the way, and was directly nailed to the ground. If her body hadn't revealed a hint of dark night light in time, she would have been shot on the spot. Swish. A terrifying shadow suddenly appeared in front of her. Grandma, save me. Tina let out a desperate scream. The spiritual brand hidden deep in the soul began to glow with terrifying imperial power. As a member of the Night Elf Sovereign Clan, Tina's status is no lower than that of Chen Beiyuan, so she naturally has many trump cards to save her life. No one can save you. A pair of dark and deep eyes, like an abyss, shone into his eyes. In an instant, the endless abyss appeared in her mind, and it forcibly swallowed up the spiritual imprint in her mind. Ah! Click. The huge red flame dragon was instantly hit head-on by the hot, lava torch. Under the terrifying high temperature and impact, the red dragon scales on its body were broken one after another and scattered in all directions. Escape! A gentle voice came into Aoli's ears. The red dragon's belly was instantly burnt black and dented, exuding bursts of strange fragrance, which was all over his face. A huge red flame dragon head fell from the sky. Not good. Countless dragon blood splattered. Even Aoli, as a pure-blood red flame dragon, could not bear the double return of his strongest trump card, Red Dragon Torch. Bang! A burst of earth-shaking pain and darkness hit. Before Aoli could escape far, puff, a mouthful of rich dragon blood spurted out from its mouth, and its breath began to wane. Don't be afraid, it will be quick and won't hurt. Spare your life, go around. However, compared to physical pain, the fear from the soul is the most terrible. Suddenly, I felt something strange at the dragon's neck, as if it was being held by something.
Thanks for watching. You can find the next videos in the playlist linked in the info card or directly on my channel. If you have any feedback, I'd love to hear it. Feel free to drop a comment.